Hi, this is Wendy from Knitters Brewing, and I'm going to show you how to do this dragon scale slip stitch pattern that's used in my slip and wrap project. Now, dragon scale, that sounds sort of scary and intimidating, but it's really not at all. This is a 6-round slip stitch pattern that's worked in 2 colors. The first 2 rounds are done using the contrast color, and then the remaining 4 rounds are done in the background color. And each 6 rounds creates one of these U-shaped motifs, and then they're just staggered alternatingly to give it that scaled looking effect. So let's see how this is done. The first 2 rounds, as I said, are done with the contrast color, and they are done identically. And what we do in those rows is alternate 3 purl stitches with 3 slip stitches that are done with the yarn in the front. 3 purls, 3 slips with the yarn in the front. And it's important that when we're doing these slip stitches that we do not pull this yarn tight. We want it to be loose in the front. As you can see, I've got these kind of loose hanging pieces. And this is because when we get to round 5, we're going to scoop up these loose pieces, and we're going to lift them with the needle up and knit underneath them. So we want to have that piece be loose so that when we lift it, it doesn't cause the work to pull in tightly. We want it to lay nice and flat, like you can see that it does here. So how do we do that? I have a real simple way that I do this that keeps those floats from getting too tight. So as I said, we are alternating 3 purls and 3 slips. So I've just done the 3 purls, so now I'm going to do 3 slips, and we're doing them purlwise. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do 3 purls again. The way I keep that float loose is that when I'm wrapping my yarn to do the purl, I stick my thumb in there and wrap the yarn right over the top of it. And I hold my thumb there while I do the second purl stitch. And then I can release it because now that float is kind of locked into place, and I do my 3rd purl. So there you go. You see I've got 3 slip stitches with kind of a loose looking float in front of them. So let me do that a couple more times so you can get the rhythm of it. We slip 3, and then we purl 3, and we stick our thumb in there. Sort of looks like we don't know how to knit, but that's okay. Works very well for this stitch. Slip 3 and purl 3. All right, so that is what round 1 and round 2 will look like. When you finish round 2, you will have 2 sets of loose floats going across the front every 3 stitches. So I will come back when we're ready to do round 5 that will scoop up those floats and create that inverted V shape. Here is my project after round 4 of the dragon scale pattern. So rounds 1 and 2 you can see pretty easily. These are the contrast color rounds that have the slipped stitches. So there's rounds 1 and 2. Then rounds 3 and 4 are with the background green color, and those rounds are just knit, so I didn't demonstrate those for you, but that's how that looks after round 4. So now we're going to do round 5, and round 5 is where we come through with the main color and pick up these 2 long floats as we go by. And it's kind of fun. So let's see how that looks. So you are going to be, again, working with your main color, and you are going to knit up to the point where you are in the center of the 3 stitches that you slipped. So the 3 stitches that I slipped were 1, 2, and 3. So stitch number 2 is the center one. So when you get to that one, then you're going to take your right hand needle and go underneath the 2 slips, then knit that center slipped stitch just like you normally knit. And then when you get done, pull that needle back under those two slips and you get this inverted V shape. So that will be every 6th stitch. So once you do that, then you can knit 5, 3, 4, 5, and then you'll be ready to scoop under these floats, knit the stitch, and bring it back through and off the needle like that. Let me show you one other way you can get your needle under those floats after you knit them, in case that seems confusing. So under, knit, and then the other thing you can do is reach with your left needle and pull those floats over the top. So that results in exactly the same thing as the other two methods. So that's what round 5 looks like, and now you can see we've got 3 staggered layers of dragon's scales. The last round, the 6th round of this slip stitch pattern, is just another simple knit round using the background color. So I know you've got that one. All right, enjoy making this slip stitch pattern.